Yo, hello everyone. Welcome to a new live stream. Hello, hello. Nice to see all of you for the daily live stream. As usual, we are there for the stocks. Hello, Hungo. Minuhuen. Asbright. Hello, hello. Duck. Arcane, Julio, the latest trends, Daniel, and Shailesh. Welcome, all of you guys. So we're gonna see what do we have today. And we're gonna take, of course, your special request, but let me just first do the list. I think here we go. Yeah, we already took the list of the Discord. Great. So we have EXK for Hungo. Hello, can you please look at it? Okay. And Neo, well, if we have time. Of course, if we have time. NIO. Min Huyen Pham, okay? Can you analyze JD? All right, so JD. Okay, guys, just one, please, please, one request because we are already full, right? So we're gonna leave space for everyone. So preferably, of course, just one request. Thank you guys for your understanding. S Bright, morning, buddy. Could I request RKLB? Yes, sure. RKLB. Rocket Lab, yes. Please, Meta and PayPal, guys. All right. We're gonna see PayPal if we have time, of course. Thanks. Maybe take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is on the crypto channel. You can go to the crypto channel. It is updated today, so you can find the video there. Yeah, welcome to the crypto channel as well. Arcane, hello, buddy. Please, NVTS, okay, NVTS. All right. We have Julio asking for UNH. UNH. Good morning, buddy. Nice to see you. The latest trend. I'm good, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Daniel and Microsoft. All right. We can take a look. And yeah, hello and good morning, Shailesh. All right, guys, let's start with NASDAQ here. We're going to start at 10 a minute for NASDAQ. So for NASDAQ, As we mentioned yesterday, the scenarios where we might still, of course, because we're still above the 0.38 here, taken from this impulse, right? We have an impulse. We didn't get any kind of 0.38 yet for a correction wave 2, which it might be, of course, our testing area here, which is still available, of course, to be hit. Now, what we saw, of course, yesterday, also a possibility, two possibilities. The first one is, of course, an AB expanding flat, the target 1.38, and exactly hit perfectly, and we saw a reaction, right? Plus, you have three ways down, potentially three ways up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for a wave C to hit the testing area as a wave 2. But we didn't see any hit yet, right? Therefore, we're still seeing some strengths here where we also estimating here a potential scenario for diagonal, which it might be the leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the wick took the trend, which is not really nice, right? But yeah, we still see, of course, here a rejection around the trend. So we still can count probably this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 leading diagonal that it might, of course, unfold a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So probabilities right now are still for the diagonal, right? Because we see rejections several times here with this trend line taken from the high to the lows, and we see several rejections, and we don't see really yet even something like very bearish on the 15-minute chart. If you want to analyze this, well, can be, of course, an ABC. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a wave C. A, B, and a C. Now, what that means, of course, corrective toward the upside, meaning, of course, we continue downward. So also the probability is very high still for the testing area. Yeah. So I'm still looking for this testing area. Probably it might be even like reversing as diagonal. Yes, very likely, guys. Because if this is a zigzag wave 1, this is a zigzag wave 2. Right now, we just analyze it on 15-minute chart. And you might look for a zigzag wave 3, 4, and a 5. So I'm a little bit much more tending still for the testing area. Okay, as a potential 1, and then A, B, and a C. This is our, of course, I'm going to put it in magenta here so you can see it better. In a diagonal, probably here. Yeah, this scenario is currently can be playing, but yeah, I'm not fan for it, honestly. But we have another ABC here. I'm going to put it in blue then. Here we go. So what we're looking here at is an A, B, and a C potential wave 2. And this wave C might be unfolding as diagonal. This is what I'm looking for. I'm going to put also the diagonal here. This is the highest. This is the highest based on the price action, based on the correction here, and based, of course, on the three ways down and so on. Now, if the price continues for higher here, if we take this high, which is very close anyway, this might be, of course, confirmation for higher prices, okay? And that means the diagonal. So in case that we move higher, you might be in a diagonal wave 5, but we might move down, don't forget, and then we move higher. Because, of course, you need your wave 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. So yeah, 25K, 628 can, of course, unfold something still for higher. Now, we don't forget the big ABC here, which I prefer to not have. I prefer to not have it. And what I mean with it, by higher wave B here, I'm going to put this in brackets, by the way, because it's a bigger one. And that means you are in a big wave A, you are in a wave B, and then in a wave C, which is a very, very, very complex structure here. And this might be, of course, kind of like triangle here, running triangle, A, B, C, D, E, and then moving for wave C in a zigzag. So that will be very, very complex for the market and is not a healthy thing. That doesn't mean something good, guys. Okay, just to let you know. It doesn't mean something good for NASDAQ, for SPX, for the US market, all of it. Why do I think this? Because if we get a three ways corrective here as a zigzag, that means, of course, we are in a very, very complex structure. And that means, of course, we might dive very, very deep after it. Okay, we might not take the high anymore. We might not continue as bullish. We might dive very, very deep in a very complex structure. So you don't want to see this directly like this, all right? You would like to see the testing area first for a healthy wave 2, and then 3, 4, 5 towards the upside. This will unfold simply a zigzag. And we're going to get exhausted here, and we dive deep, all right? So this is what it might happen in case that we push directly higher, okay? So preferably to get, of course, a wave 2 or finish diagonal and then have a wave 2. Yeah, so finishing a diagonal, then have a wave 2, and then, of course, pushing up for higher. So this is the healthier scenario that it might happen for NASDAQ. And that because of this. Now, if this was a good top here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't care. I don't care if this goes 3 ways up and then expanding flat. Okay, that's clear for us, right? But currently, if this happens and you're not impulsive here, that means, of course, that you are in already a potential running flat here, because there is no other way to count this in different way, which is only running flat, which is your wave W here. And in case you get the zigzag, you will get an exhaustion here with a potential wave X. And then we dive very, very, very deep again with a wave Y. Now, wave Y, it might be, of course, zigzag. I believe so. It must be a zigzag. And if this will happen, we're going to take the invalidation there. And this is, this is not good at all, guys. If you are in 1, 2, 3, and this is your wave 4, that means, of course, invalidation. And this will turn it even much more complex, meaning more deep correction until it kind of like delete this impulse, all of it, okay? This one. This is turning into a bad impulse. In case we come to this area, of course. So preferably to not take this area, 24K. If we come to this 24K, that's horrible. That will be horrible for the market because, of course, we have to eliminate all the structure as correction. And then boom. Is it the signal for something something very, very deep and very catastrophical? I don't know, guys. But unless, of course, we take this, then we talk about it. But I'm saying, guys, that's why you don't want to see 3 ways up directly. You don't want to see a high directly right now. You don't want to have a zigzag by all means. You want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 continuation of a healthy market. At least finishing it, because once we finish it anyway, we might drop down anyway. But we don't want to drop down in a very complex structure that is going to be very complex for us, right? So, okay, guys. So basically, what I'm looking for then right now is this price. Let's see, of course, what's going to happen. If we take it, let's watch if we take the high, if we finish really in a nice diagonal and we drop down again for a testing area, and then, of course, we move up. If we move directly for higher, okay, guys. We don't have any other option than to say we're moving higher currently, but we're going to find a point where we get exhausted, and then, of course, the catastrophe starts. All right. So for SPX as well, we are at 19 minutes. So 19 minutes. Okay, so for SPX 500 here, we are looking at the same scenarios here. Now, SPX is still preserving a little bit the diagonal, also with the wicks, right? Also with the wicks taken, which I don't like it again, but it still can be, of course, a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here. Still, as diagonal can have a wave 5, unless, of course, you are here in a wave C. So you're looking for this potential scenario as an ABC. This is your wave B, of course, which is already high, honestly, and I don't like it, but you got an impulse kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 can be your wave 2, and you drop down here in a wave C. Okay, so this wave C has to take also the testing area at least here as a wave 2. right? So we're gonna see what's gonna happen over there. So A, B, and a C. Now, if we continue for higher, of course, your indication as well, confirmation for higher prices is this one, 6,870. Okay, so this price is a signal whether, for two possibilities, whether we are in the diagonal, so be careful from the diagonal, because we drop down for wave 2 and then move up, or you are simply in an A, B, and a C, and this is your 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave C toward the upside, meaning wave B, meaning catastrophe, right? Because we might drop down very fast, okay? Because you didn't retrace here. You didn't retrace, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, meaning we're moving higher without a grounded price, and that means exhaustion here, and that means a very fast drop. Okay, and especially the structure is the same as NASDAQ. It's horrible. We cannot finish a structure with such a with such a structure. We don't have an impulse. We don't have diagonal. We don't have expanding diagonal. At least give me an expanding diagonal, even not. Okay, which is very rare to have, but even not. So definitely corrective, and it might be very, very annoying. Like W again, X for the zigzag as a bridge, and we're gonna get a big, big Y. Why I know, because yeah, I mean you have to compare the W with the Y. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about, guys. So that's why you don't want to see a direct move. You want to see maybe diagonal moving down and then moving up. Healthy market, guys. I mean, it should be after a reversal or after a running flat here. It should move healthy, much more healthy than this. And like, it should come back to the track, right? So we'll see, guys. Okay, so that was for NASDAQ and SPX. Let's see the gold here. For the gold at 22-minute, and we should put here intro at 0, just for YouTube to understand the things. All right. So for gold here. All right, for the gold, we are looking here at, yes, so for the gold is very nice. I mean, we are in the target here, in the testing area, right? But what is very interesting, of course, yesterday we mentioned this triangle potentially here might be unfolding, but also you don't see even a triangle. I see here 3 ways down, and of course 3 ways up. Well, it's a W, X, and a Y, guys, because you didn't took the low and you start to move impulsively here. So very interesting that it did not even finish the triangle. It was much more in a hurry here, even without taking the low. Wow. That's crazy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now the wave 5 internally, I would say on the 15-minute chart, is almost done for me. Meaning as a 1, 2, 3, wave 4, and you're looking here at 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 probably, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4, 5, maybe one more high. But I believe that we are very close to a top, at least for a wave 3, wave C, wave Y, in a wave B potentially. So it's a critical area. We're still inside it. We're still inside the testing area, and we finish some structure here. So if we are in 3 ways up, it can be the wave W or the wave A, and you got 3 ways down, which is the X or the B, and you have an impulse here, which is very likely it is a wave C rather than a wave Y. Now, if it is a wave Y, you can read it in this way, kind of like a zigzag, but I doubt it, guys. Or if you want to read like zigzag X and then having another wave Y like this, I doubt it. I think much more likely that this is an impulse, okay? So it is an impulse potentially in wave C, and I think we are very close for the top. And that means we're going to retrace anyway, in both cases, whether you are bullish or whether you are bearish, okay? So we're gonna retrace in both case scenario, I believe, and that because of course you're gonna look after a potential wave 4 here, which it might be between the 0.23. Here you go. So another potential target here that we can see for a wave 4, 0.23 minimum target. And that means, of course, we might retrace, but here is a crossroad. Whether you move up again for a wave 5, for a wave 3, meaning continuation toward the upside in 0.45, or we simply drop down from this area for a big ABC, which is still potential, right? Why? Because you still have 3 waves up, and you might dive deeper for a wave C here. So yeah, these are the possibilities for the gold right now. This is the main possibility. I'm still looking what's gonna happen. Of course, after this one more high, definitely we're gonna drop. But here is the essential thing. When we come to this area, what's gonna happen? Yeah. So it's a question mark. Yep. So that was also for the gold here. Looking also for this wave 5, of course, same target. If we move for higher here, you might be in double 1, 2, wave 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, somehow like this. Camel Blue, hi KG, could you take a look to Strategy Inc? Okay. It's gonna be the last one we take today, Strategy Inc. All right. Okay, guys. So that was for the gold. Let's take also much more closer overview for the metals by looking at the silver. The silver is much also more interesting actually from the gold today. It's very, very close to the high here, the all-time high. Yeah, we didn't took it yet, but it's still very close and it's gonna be taken sooner or later. I mentioned today, of course, on the Discord this for everyone that of course we might be we have to be careful also. We might be in a wave B as well. Yeah, so as an expanding flat, which it can get a little bit higher. Guess why? Because of course you are at the end of the structure. You are at the end of the structure here, and you just took the high. And if the gold says that we're still gonna stay in the testing area here, and the gold might dive deeper, well, I'm afraid that the silver will follow, of course. Yeah, so we'll see. But for the silver, very interesting that this has passed the 1.618, and I start to doubt it as well with the wave B here. It has passed the 1.618 as I don't know here because you have 3 waves, guys. It's very, very complicated, honestly. I have to read it, then I have no other option than take it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knowing that the wave 4 is very, very deep, but it didn't took the zone 1 like only with the wick. Yeah, so as you can see, I have no other option. Yeah, because how are you gonna read this as a wave 1 then? Okay. How are you gonna read it as expanding diagonal? Okay, you can do this. Okay, which is the most rare case scenario, right? So expanding diagonal. This is the only way. Also, if you want to read it as something bullish, all right, as a wave 1, but this is very rare. Okay, that's why higher possibility was for the wave A, B, and a C, and maybe still nobody know. It can be, of course, a W, X, and a Y as well, like a big wave Y here, because the wave Y sometimes they extend. They can extend just like that. Let me show you wave Y. Well, yeah, it has passed already even. Yeah, so I doubt it as well. No, sorry, guys. I doubt it. I thought that the 1.38 is going to be above it, but it's not. Yeah, so very interesting. Very interesting. It looks like impulsive then. It looks like much more like a wave 3. This might be, of course, the diagonal here as an expanding diagonal. And then you have wave 2 and then wave 3. Then we're looking for a wave 4. So I would say one more high here. Yes, one more high. Why? Because you have here 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5 to finish it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we still have one more high. One more high, meaning simply taking the high, meaning simply taking the all-time high. So I believe by taking simply this high, It's gonna be $55. Okay, $55 I think is very interesting to be watched. Even like 54.5, I would say. We cannot around or round the numbers so much with the gold, with the silver, because it makes different. When we say 55, it's a little bit high. Okay, so here is a 55. It might not reach it. Okay, it might simply take the high 54.5, 54.7, something like this, and then retrace. But so next target, what I'm expecting here is, of course, this zone, $52.5, 51 maybe, in three waves. If three waves has been given just like this is a crossroad here, whether we continue bullish or we continue, of course, for a deeper correction, and of course, we move up again later on. So expanding flat, of course, is gonna give us, so expanding flat meaning higher wave B is gonna be deeper wave C. The higher you go, the deeper you go with the wave C, so be careful as well. If we stay below this, which I doubt it, it might, of course, be a very regular flat, meaning it might simply come back just to take the low here again and then moving up one more time. But I think it's gonna be expanding, flat, guys. I doubt that it's gonna be just a simple regular flat. And by the way, if you have realized, I changed this impulse, which is very, very weird, guys. Yeah, so it looks like a perfect impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm very shocked with it, with the silver here, because everything looks perfect as an impulse. Yeah, so this is an impulse, wave 1, 2, 3. Everything looks impulsive. 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 5. So there is no healthy impulse more than this. And I don't know why we got invalidation, guys. Okay, why we get the 886 right now, and we're gonna get invalidation. Yeah, so it has transformed simply to something as W potentially internally, X and a wave Y. Yeah, because once you take the high here, meaning this is not an impulse. Very simple. All right. So yeah, I'm very, very surprised with this one. But maybe the market is the market sentiment. This is how the market sentiment shifts. I mean, at the end, when you see this in Elliott wave, like an impulse is getting invalidated, well, it's a clear signal that you are very bullish here, right? This is also what Elliott waves tells us. Don't take it like, oh, how it's supposed to be like an impulse it is in the Elliott wave doesn't work. It works. It has already told you, like something is going on, and of course that the market has gained sentiment, bullish sentiments again, of course, toward the upside. They are regaining. So everyone who sold there, they might bought again. Yeah. So this is the thing. So, and it looks like, of course, because of the psychology in the market right now, guys, the hesitation and the fear with everything going on. Still, of course, the things are escalating globally, the tension, the wars, blah, 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 economical problems, the shutdown, the governmental shutdown in US. So all of this right now is playing in the charts for the gold, for the silver, for NASDAQ, everything. As you see, a lot of confusion in NASDAQ and stocks. It gives much more advantage for the metals, and here we are. Yeah, so we see the gold, the silver moving really higher. I mean, this just to also explain the fundamentals behind the Elliott wave as well, the psychological effects. All right, guys. So that was for the silver. For the metals, I believe the metals are going to move for higher, and yeah, until we see some changes in this current situation. Yeah, shutdown, governmental shutdown, and Russian-Ukrainian war, guys. Before this, we cannot expect anything else. Okay, so I think that the market, if the Nasdaq moves really high, as I mentioned with Nasdaq, if the market moves really high here directly, that is not a good signal. it might dive deeper later on. And by the way, I just want to add one more thing for NASDAQ. I mean, when we test this area, it is a testing area, meaning it can be broken and it can transfer to the next area. And that means, of course, we have a second testing area. And also, if we fail, therefore, this is a big WX and a Y, but it's not good, guys, also. Know that if we dive deeper and we take the 886 here, okay, if we take the 886, just know that the things are not optimistic anymore, okay? And that because when you take the low here, you tell me, okay, but it's just the low. But okay, where is your structure? You know, so you lost the impulse toward the upside. You lost almost the structure. You have to erase all of this right now. You have to reset. And that means, of course, by reset, it means we have to take the low. This is what I mean, reset. You need to pass or overpass this situation. You need to finish this pattern somehow, just by taking the low at least. And when you take the low here, again, you invalidate the 1, 2, the wave 3, 4, and a 5, because the wave 4, if you take the low as a wave 4 here, this orange one, this is also invalidation. That means when you invalidate this wave 1, it becomes like, how to say, like it becomes like fractal as well, you know? Like once you invalidate, okay, then you have to invalidate all the structure, and that means A, B, and a C somehow like this. So the things start to get like, we started from ABC here and we failed, then it became like ABC and we failed here, and then of course if we fail here, then it's become with this ABC. So you know what I mean, guys? So the things becomes like invalidation after the other, okay, until we come to this area here, and all of it becomes just like finished potential wave 1 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and you might have a big ABC for a wave 2, and then we move for higher. So this is what the things might happen, how it might turns on, yeah, just to explain the thing, how I see it for the future in case this happens, okay, but hopefully not, because this is a disaster. Yep. They should focus a little bit on the things, on the economy in the US, because this is affecting obviously the market. Okay, guys, let's see Nvidia. I'm talking too much today, and here we go. All right, for Nvidia, I need to refresh one second, guys. All right, we're back. So Nvidia, still, of course, despite, of course, NASDAQ is still confusing here, but I see Nvidia having some kind of an impulse. It got a wave 1, 2 potentially here, so testing area already hit for a wave 2, but we're still in red. So if we're still in red, maybe the next testing area is on the way, okay? Now we see kind of like triangle, but I think this is gonna be like a 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. It's kind of like a wave C, or it can be an A, B, and a C, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a wave C for this testing area. By all means, we're gonna check if this is an A, B, and a C over there, okay? If this is a case scenario, then okay, this impulse can be a 1, 2, and then continuation toward the upside. In case we fail and we take the 886, 181, that means, of course, we're pushing back to a bigger structure here as correction, meaning a bigger WX and a Y or ABC, all right? But I believe it can be, yes, it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. You didn't took this high. So it can be, guys, if you take this, it can be a wave C. Now failing this again, 886, okay, again, it grows as correction. And this is not what you want to see, guys, okay? So yeah, it's not nice to see this one, because this is a very high wave B, and yeah, the thing becomes very, very complex. I don't like it, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yes, so, and then ABC for a wave 2, somehow like this. All right, guys, so we don't have anything to do, but for Nvidia to dive like this also is not really good thing. Might be this bubble, AI bubble that is gonna pop right now, because I see a little bit, guys, of weird market right now, so we gotta be careful. And just I don't want to create fear, but when I see something like this, I also get like a little bit precautious, because the market is so uncertain and is so confusing. So be careful, guys. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And by the way, the things happens without warning normally, yeah, by the media. Fundamentally, it happens without warning. But on the chart, I see it clearly. So be careful. With Tesla, we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, wave 3, wave 4, and a wave 5. Okay. So if we are looking still for higher here, you are in a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5 for Tesla. We're still looking for this one more leg toward the upside. We got the testing area, we got an impulse after it, and we're still in red, which is again a lot of weakness here. I see also kind of a failure for this chart. I don't know why. I mean, Tesla is, of course, still strong and everything, but currently here on this chart, on this time frame, I see a lot of failures. And if this is a B as a triangle, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Okay, then maybe the wave 4 is gonna extend more time, maybe. In case that we take the low, even it can be deeper, and then moving up later, or you simply take the invalidation. By taking invalidation, be careful. This, we are, yes, in the yellow, so $350. If you take this number, $350, yeah, so it might be done. Okay, it might be, of course, moving toward the downside. However, for Tesla anyway, even if you take one more high, I believe that we will drop after it very massively, because of course I explained this many times. We finished all the structure. Very simple. We finished all the structure on a big time frame. Okay, all structure are done. I'm gonna explain it one more time very quick. So if you are in an impulse here, wave A, B, and you're looking for a wave C, so this is like a 3 waves up. Currently, you got, of course, a wave B as an expanding flat. You're looking at an ending diagonal, right? And that means in whole figure, you are in A, B, and a C, very short wave C, and we drop down for a wave B. Now it can be the wave B shorter, and then we continue for higher. Of course, that is also that you can transform this ending diagonal to a leading diagonal, which it becomes a wave 1. Then you get a wave 2, then 3, 4, 5. But this is a drop. So all the scenarios, even the bullish one, which is this one, that it might transform to 1, 2, this is a very significant drop, guys. Even the wave 2 is a significant drop. So it's worth to talk about it, and of course to mention that this might be very, very, very red after it. Admiral, I'm not sure if gold wave 4 considered ended at 38 fib or 3000, you mean? Okay, 3800. Now moving up with wave 5, new all-time high. Well, me too. I'm not sure, of course. Me too, buddy. But based on NASDAQ, because I see a lot of confusion, it's very logic that the market is shifting for something much more secure. Very logic. But the chart is still show a potential wave B, of course. Okay, so, and don't forget, we're still in the testing area. I would have preferred to see the wave 3 breaking the 886, meaning this one, or touch the 886. If this happens, okay, we're bullish. But I know that you will say, okay, it's too late. But yeah, I have no other option, guys. I mean, um, in this area, because we were a little bit impulsive and aggressive, especially also for the silver, yeah, which it was like great, healthy, perfect impulse, and now you got invalidation. That means, guys. By the way, if you remember, we always say new psychology found. This is exactly what you got, and that means impulse down, impulse up. You never have any kind of structure in Elliott wave with two impulses against each other, unless a new psychology is found, and that means, of course, the market has changed its mind very clearly. So yeah, that's horrible a little bit. And that's why I'm saying also be careful with NASDAQ, because this is also a huge signal here for the market that it is very, very afraid from the stocks. Okay? That because, of course, of the US government, guys, of course. The things, I don't know if the things are going good or bad. I don't hear so much news, but very familiar with the things, but I'm not sure if the things are going negative or positive still. AMBA, so AMBA, umbrella, okay. We took a look at it. Okay, we have three ways up. Not recommended again. I mean, okay, it is towards the upside, but still corrective. Don't forget, you are corrective here in three ways. Wave A, you're looking for wave B. You're wondering right now, did we finish a wave B or not? And you would never like to trade a wave B, or even you would never like to trade a correction in a bigger picture as well, because you don't know now what's going to happen. If this is unfinished three ways up, and you dive deeper for wave B potentially, and then moving for higher. Why I think so? Because you look at the structure, you see the time here is very long. So even I think the time anyway for a wave B. Let's say this is your structure wave A. You're looking for a wave B time in a regular flat. Here we go. You did not reach yet the required time for this wave B. So this wave B is going to take even more time. So not recommended. However, if the things are going to rush in it and moving for higher, your target is only there. Okay. This is all what I can help with this one. Not recommended again. NBIS. NBIS for Nebius. Right. Yeah, again, not a lovely chart, honestly, to trade, to put your money into it so much. Of course, risk management always, if you insist on it, no financial advice. But yeah, if you are in a wave A, you have a wave B, wave C might have finished in a running flat. Therefore, you find a new psychology 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. If this is what's going on, well, okay, we're heading right now, as I think our expectation here, towards a wave 4. You need, of course, this wave 4 to be three ways down, reflecting, of course, a wave 2, which still very far from it. Okay, ABC expanding flat. You're expecting something deeper here. Okay, you maybe something even much more longer in time, and then moving for higher. So if we take also the timing here for a wave 4, I think it's gonna be very far. Even wave 4, here we go. Yes, you're still very far from it. Okay, so you need at least here. So three ways down, three ways up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably. Yeah, so can still happen. So you're not ready for higher here, but still can be, of course. I mean, moving for the wave 4 later on, but still can be, of course, an impulsive wave. Yes. Watch the invalidation in case that it dropped down. $43, of course, is your zone 1, is not allowed. Okay, to interfere with it. IREN, 50 minute. Okay. So we have potential diagonal can be here probably, but I don't like it so much. However, it can be also three waves in WX and a Y, where you have a wave Y, WX, and a wave Y. But also it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diagonal as a wave 1, B and a C, okay, for a wave B or wave 2. Then you're moving for higher. Now I start to see weakness directly on our target 1-to-1 fib level already given before. So yeah, and also a potential finish structure, so be careful, guys. What do I mean with potential finish structure? If you are here, the impulse wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and the wave 4, I think is gonna be a little bit deeper here. You might get a wave 5, a little bit above maybe the 1-to-1 fib level, or it might be very high. Nobody knows. But you gotta be careful in this area, of course. Currently, you are in a correction, wave 4. In case you are an impulse, you're looking for something like this. Wave 4 can still be unfolding over there. But honestly, I don't like it so much as well because no data, no clear vision, no clear path for this one. Okay, trade safe always. All right, XWZ for block. Okay. All right, guys. For this one, what do we have here in the all-time history? We have a wave A or a wave 1 in an impulse, obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. After this, we have an A. Okay, we're experimenting if this is a diagonal, but obviously I doubt it. It is an ABC here. A, B, and a C. I'm still looking for this. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a little bit deeper here, and that because of the impulse there. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can be A, B, C, or W, X, and a Y, but yeah, no. This is an impulse again. Okay, this is an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 after a wave B. Very high possibility. Okay, so watch this target still. Okay, still the same. EXK at 52 minutes. So EXK, Endeavor Silver Corporation. Okay. Guys, we need a good choice of charts always. So wave B, wave C, potentially, of course, can be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the ending diagonal, or you are in A, B, and a C. W, X, and a Y. Where is it? We didn't put it. Okay, so W, X, and a Y, of course, which it might be a wave Y finishing over there, meaning your wave Y is only zigzag and you drop down. So, uncertainty. Are you in a wave Y or are you in a wave C? What is the difference? The difference is that you want to finish an impulse for a wave Y here. You're done. You're finished. You drop down. Now, the wave C is 4 and a 5 for diagonal. So which one? Nobody knows. You still need to wait to see the reaction, and even you need to analyze this if it's gonna be three waves, and you have to see if it's gonna reverse and so on. So yeah, not really so much good, I would say. Duck tree, you already got your meta, buddy, and you asked for PayPal, and now you ask for MSTR, buddy. I'm trying my best, but I'm not a machine. Okay, so of course, if we have more time, I'm gonna do your PayPal, but you cannot ask for MSTR because we got already full today, and yeah, so I need also to trade. I get nothing from stream. It just rather than just communicate with you guys and yeah, to build up our community. But I need also to to trade. All right, so basically, we are looking for JD here. So okay, guys, not recommended again. So as I mentioned again, always please ask for something really impulsive. or look, I mean, it's for you at the end. It's for your safety and for a good choice. Look for something that it has direction toward the upside, okay? As an all-time history before, of course, yeah, going in something which is horrible like this, okay? So it's a sideways, it's a correction, it's nothing there, no direction up on or down. It's very, very bad. Yep. All right. So, Duck all right, thank you. Would you consider live trading in the future? I prefer not. I mean, that's something like um, yeah. I mean, why I should do it? I mean, it's just to show you that I do profit. It's not nice. Or maybe I might be like unlucky and I might lose, and this is not really also nice as feelings on the life, you know. So I find it like something very very um, unuseful, yeah, unuseful to do. What I think is that what I think that is you need to build your strategy, your plan, and so on. But maybe I can do some trading, but maybe I can do it with low numbers because I don't like to show a lot of profit there. Okay, for privacy, and also yeah, in case of course of losses and so on. Because you know, in live stream trading needs to focus, guys. You need to be totally full focus on your trading. So if you are in a live stream and like, why I should put more pressure over myself, you know. But if you do it with small numbers just to show the things, yes, it can be. Maybe I consider this was this way. Yes. 57 minute for RKLB. RKLB. I'm sorry, guys. I'm very honest. I'm not like any other YouTuber who do this just to get some viewers and some watching. You know, it's not my thing. I'm sorry, guys. I'm very. I would say not strict, but a little bit somehow disciplined. You know, I love discipline in trading and to not take it like a joke or like a game. You know. So that is a thing. This is my mindset, just to let you understand. It's not the things. So, all right. Rocket Lab is, of course, at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After a psychology found here, our targets are hit very nicely. Okay, but we were looking still here potentially for high. Yeah, that's true. What happened? Well, the target is taken, the blue box, but we finished kind of like a three waves and we drop down in validation. So things are not looking also great because this is a very, very high wave B as an A, B, and a C. That is very high, guys, for a wave B, which is not also good. Unless, okay, there is a possibility here that it might be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Interesting. So yeah, maybe this is also to be watched. Still there, potentially diagonal, ending diagonal in zigzag. So if this is a zigzag, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, 4, and a 5. By the way, it gave me an idea here for NASDAQ. I just want to check if it. Oh yeah, I remember now. Okay, sorry guys. The things are all in my head. I was like, what if Nasdaq also is an ABC 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5? But then we have to consider this what? I mean, you have to be a zigzag, and when you are in a zigzag ABC, the A also has to be something like a motive wave, and here you took the low, which is not possible. So this is like three ways, like yeah, very not a zigzag. This is a problem. Yeah, it's not okay. But I was just it just came into my mind like, what if this is the same? Yeah. So yeah, what you might be here in Rocket Lab is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So to be tested, of course, if you take the low here, that it might be a bad thing. Okay, so be careful. This is confirmation for lower. Why? Because you invalidate, of course, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, any kind of it. All right. That was for RKLB. For Meta, we are at 1 hour, 1 minute. For Meta, what a drop for Meta. Okay, we're expecting already this A, B, and a C. Okay, all right, we are at the target. We should start to see something moving for higher, but the lower time frame is still not ready. Okay, guys, some stock are really affected even. Yeah, we're gonna take the low still. Okay, a new low might be taken there. So I think the next target is gonna be the perfection here for a wave 2 potentially, where we are looking for 0.61 and 0.786 as a wave 2, meaning a bigger A, B, and a C is unfolding here. And I believe the whole count here, because of what happened, the wave 1 has finished somewhere here. Okay, no extension. This was an extension probability, and it didn't work. And that because, of course, we see right now the deep correction. So what you have finished exactly here, I'm gonna delete all of this so we can see the price better. This is your wave 1 here. Finished somehow as a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This was supposed to be an extension toward the upside, but it didn't. Okay, so confirmation for lower taken. That means, of course, this is exactly what happened. Okay, we're looking here for a potential 1 ABC wave 2, and if we fail, we take the 886. Okay, that it might be even a bigger. Sorry that I'm very pessimistic today for bigger and deep correction, but this might happen, guys. Okay, this might happen because I see it everywhere right now. Almost a lot of weaknesses, and I see the things are going a little bit fractal, but in a deep correction. Okay, and that means, of course, if we take this low, that means as well something is going on from this part here. Okay, there is no 1 2 anymore. It's gonna be eliminated if we take the 886. No 1 2. This become, of course, something deeper, meaning also this will be deeper. Okay, and your wave 1 is only there. So only your wave 1 transformed to there. This is your wave 2. Is it the case? This is the case. Yeah. Well, guys, it's gonna be how to say, like each price you take here, like once you take the 886, it kind of like validate a deeper correction. If you take the low, it validate another deeper correction. If you take the low, it validate the other deeper correction, and you finish up with a big one, ABC 1 2. But this is horrible. Yes. Okay, so yes, so we're gonna see, unless we need to find a signal of strength here. All right, guys, let's move for higher here for NVTS. Navitas. All right, not okay. Not a good chart again, guys. So be careful, because first, this is not just corrective, but it is impulsive downward, which is a little bit scary. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Not impulsive, by the way. It is a diagonal, but you have already impulses inside it, which I don't like it at all. So the direction of the market has been claimed downward. Despite this move, it's still ABC here. And especially here, you got invalidation with this drop, meaning you finished potential ABC wave. C is the short, and then you move down. So on the lower time frame, you can see this is an impulse. Is this is an impulse so far? Yes, it is. Okay, so 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 away, 3, 4, and a 5. Meaning direction of the market is shifting downward. It might be your 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5 downward. So I'm not gonna dive with this with labeling. Already explained, guys. Not healthy one, not recommended. UNH, at 1 hour 5 minute. UNH. Yes, so this one was dropping, I remember, very fast. Yes, we are recovering after this drop. Now we got something like 5 ways up for a wave 1. And we are looking right now at a potential, yeah, this target has still to be taken, guys. It still has to be taken. I prefer to see the 0. Oh, let me, yeah, adjust this much more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yes, this is actually this is your wave 1, guys. This is an ending diagonal internally. Okay. I think we never analyzed it so close, but here we go. So if this is your wave 2 here, you're still looking for lower, guys. Why? Because I believe this is an impulse downward here on the 15-minute chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Or no, it is not. It is not. It looks like, yes, WX and a Y. Yes, it can be done and finished then. Sorry, guys. Okay, so this one can be done and finished. Yes, you might seek for higher, I would say. Unless, of course, you take the low again. If you see the low again, which is a 0.38 here, if you see it again, taken, okay, consider a deeper one. But currently, I think this is a finished structure. We move for higher. Okay, because for this one, it has dropped massively anyway in WX and a Y or A, B, and a C here. But I think it's a WX and a Y. And we took the targets in a big overview. You took the target 0.23 here because you are in a big wave 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. Okay, so your wave 2 is shallow, meaning it wasn't deep. So you might get deeper. By the way, based on the time, well, okay, this might be also a situation because the time is long. You might retaliate a little bit here or go in a very strong rebound, meaning 3 ways down, 3 ways up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you move for higher because of timing alternation here. So yes, the time is not finished, by the way. The blue box represents the time as well. Don't forget, guys. So preferably to hit at least the middle of the box. And this did not happen yet. So yes, be careful. So MSFT for Microsoft. In Microsoft, we are, of course, in a big ABC here toward the upside. So I'm looking at A, B, and a C. The wave of B is given very shallow 0.23. Obviously, your wave C is unfolding here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. In this wave 5, of course, you would like to see here, sorry, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for a wave 3, yeah, potentially, or a wave C, of course. So the wave 5 here is unfolding as several 1, 2s inside it. Let's go daily. So we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5 to finish a wave 3 here. Now, how does it extend? The things, of course, start to extend when you create another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to extend those targets, right? Can be simply happening. However, if this will happen, preferably that we take, of course, this box. Yes, preferably to take this box because probably here you have finished 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe the wave 4 is still unfolding here as a triangle. Let me check. Yes. Yes. Okay. Much clearer signal here given. Yes, here we go. This is your target as a wave 4. And that means you probably are in a triangle here. You didn't took the high. You didn't took the low. Only 886 from the top and from the low. And that means, of course, you might be in a triangle. Okay, so it might be that you are in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So I'm gonna mark this 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Probably. Gray to finish a wave 5 to finish a wave 3. This is a possibility. All right. Yep. Strategic Inc. at 1 hour 10 minutes. And we have to finish, guys. Sorry for the other things. Strategic Inc. Okay. Here we go. Okay, we never did this. Not recommended. Not recommended, guys. Be careful. I'm gonna just explain it, but no labels, because it is three ways up, three ways down. You go in an expanding flat here, A, B, C. A, B, and a C. Done, finished in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. You drop down. What is next? Nobody knows. Guess why? Because you are three ways, meaning you are in a wave A or a wave W, and you need three ways down. Nobody knows what's gonna be. Or you need a correction, meaning it can be zigzag, it can be a flat, it can be a triangle. But nobody knows what's gonna be. And it's a wave B, and of course, stay away from corrections. All right, guys, so that was it for today. Camel Blue Strategic Inc. equal MSTR. Okay, I don't know if that is so. Maybe fundamentally. All right, guys, so thank you for being here. Thank you for your likes and comments. I hope that this was helpful. Be careful from the market. It doesn't look very healthy, honestly. And we see the metals moving very, very high. Unlogically, as the silver showed, invalidation of impulse. Conclusion, the market is not healthy for the stocks. Be careful, just precaution. Trade safe. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.